Okay, we are back with another reaction video, and today we are reacting to Tory Lanez. So Tory Lanez motion for a new trial starts today. My thoughts, do I think he's gonna get a new trial? I don't know. I mean, they've been in court since 10 a.m. I don't know. I think this case is real tricky. You feel me? I think it's some tricky shit on Tory's side. Definitely some tricky shit on Kelsey's side. Definitely some tricky shit on Meg's side. Not saying Meg didn't get shot. Meg definitely got shot. Who shot her? I don't know. Do I think Tory actually bang bang bang? No. I just think Tory and Kelsey was fighting over the gun and some shit popped off. Like the first witness that Tory had, he said that it seemed like the two girls was fighting and the gunshot came from the girl's side. And then he went in the stand and flipped his story. And that fucked Tory. You feel me? Because everything before that was coming out of court was looking like Tory was going to beat the case. But then he came up on the stand and said he seen Tory with the gun, and then it all went haywire. You feel me? It's definitely some tricky shit with this trial. I think it's unfortunate what happened to everybody and both parties. You feel me? Because if you listen to Tory Lanez's music, and Tory Lanez is one of my favorite artists. So you listen to all his music, he explains himself in the music about he really fucked with Meg. Like, it's unfortunate. Rock Nation. It's just a lot of tricky shit that been going on in this trial. So do I think he's going? I mean, I would like to see him get a new trial because I feel like he got a bad shake in his trial, and I feel like Rock Nation and everybody on their side, I think they got good lawyers, and they want his ass to go down for this Meg shit. Do I think it was Tory? No. Do I think Meg and Kelsey, or Tory and I think Tory and Kelsey, between them two, some tricky shit happened in that car. Will we ever find out? I don't know. But just to give you a quick update, for anybody who's not familiar, the trial is happening right now. This is the first thing that Tory said while he was in jail, because he had a gag order, he couldn't speak. So I'm gonna refresh your memory. This is one of the first videos that he dropped on his Instagram.
Dear George Gascon, I write this message with the utmost humility, love, and respect for the remarkable steps that you've taken in regards to fighting for the justice of black and brown minorities. Today I take a stance as an innocent black man, wrongfully convicted of a crime I did not commit. I've watched two district attorneys from your office by the names of Kathy Tarr and Alex Bott unlawfully misuse their authority to hide and suppress any and all exculpatory evidence that exonerates me and furthers my innocence. I was completely robbed and deprived of a fair trial. So on May 8th, my lawyers will be arguing a motion for a new trial. Not only do I owe it to myself to fight for my freedom, but I owe it to my 6-year-old child, my family, my fans, and most importantly, the hundreds and thousands of black and Hispanic minorities that cannot adequately fight for themselves. For 3 years, the prosecution has manipulated a false narrative that has left me with no choice but to expose the practices, the behind-door deals, and the unjust system that was used to illegally convict me and countless other minorities. We elected you because of your outstanding eminence in making fair and correct judgments in the justice for people of color. So, Mr. Gascon, I come to you today as a wrongfully convicted black man, not asking for sympathy nor compassion, but for you to simply do what is fair and right in the laws of California, and most importantly, in the eyes of God. Dear George Gascon.
And then he dropped this video.
I've been incarcerated for almost half a year over a gun that the DAs lied and said I shot. In 2021, they demanded I take a DNA test. I took that test with no pushback, delay, or question. Not only because I knew I never shot the gun, but mainly because I was 100% positive I never even touched this gun. In my trial, the verdict of guilty or innocent depended heavily on my DNA results. With the help of LA Crime Lab's DNA expert Randy Zepeda, DA Kathy Tarr and Alex Bott completely manipulated my DNA results and lied to the world, the media, and most importantly, my jury, by stating my DNA on the gun was inconclusive. That was an absolute lie. They went on further to say, inconclusive means that he cannot be excluded from the gun. My new attorney, Jose Baez, hired one of the best DNA experts in the nation to carefully analyze the same DNA test the fair and correct way. The results came back exactly as I knew this whole time. My DNA is 100% excluded and 100% eliminated from the gun. In other words, it's physically and scientifically impossible for me to ever have touched or shot this gun. After the correct and careful analyzation of my DNA testing, Not only did our expert find my DNA 100% excluded and non-existent on the gun, but what's worse was the invalid and illegal tactics the prosecution chose to attain the results used to convict me. Based on the fundamentals of my DNA test, the only possible way for the LA Crime Lab to come up with an inconclusive result would literally be to stop the testing before it finished or completed its final result, which would have and should have shown completely my full exclusion on the weapon. In other words, District Attorneys Kathy Tarr and Alex Bott lied to my jury with false, incorrect, and incomplete DNA results, violating my due process and my 14th Amendment rights. My faith, my prayers, and my highest hopes go to the Honorable Judge Hereford that on May 8th, he ruled in favor of the United States Supreme Court law, returning me to my freedom, my family, and most importantly, the justice of a fair trial. I've been incarcerated.
Now, I don't know, because this is the same exact judge that allowed all the dumb shit to go on. Because Kelsey will understand and said that, yo, that statement she felt like she was forced, that statement that she first had, it wasn't true. Right now, this is what I'm saying. I don't recall none of that shit. None of that's true. And then they played her old confession in the courtroom. It was like 80 minutes. And I think that swayed the jury too. It was a lot of tricky shit that went on in this trial. And this is the same exact judge that allowed that to happen. So would that judge be like, yeah, some of that stuff shouldn't have happened in my courtroom. I apologize here, new trial. I don't know. It's a lot of tricky shit. I don't know. But on Act page, you do have so this is what the lawyer said. So it's past 10 a.m. So being that we ain't heard nothing yet, I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing. I'm not really sure. But I will be tuned in. I will still be giving updates as I get them. Just from people who's in the courtroom. Like I'll check this guy Twitter out. There's another guy, another lady. Her name is Megan. I checked her Twitter out. I don't see no news feed. But yeah. And we out.